Planet Dolan. From accidentally cussing someone out in sign language to trying to ask someone out with telepathy, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the dumbest ways we've asked people out. I'm Zaraganba, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by Eggs-Ben-Addict. In 5th grade, Legner had a crush on a girl named Emily. He wanted to ask her out, so he did it on Valentine's Day when everyone gave each other cards and candy. When nobody was looking, Legner went to her desk and left a note that said, "Do you love me?" without putting his name on it. When Emily got back to her desk, she picked it up and yelled in front of the whole class, "Who wrote this to me?" Legner, being stupid as usual, blurted out, "Me!" He was sent to detention for flirting. He lost his recess that day and he never talked again. Number 9 was submitted by iFrantiic. When Spinal Palm was in 7th grade, there was a girl he had a huge crush on. He wanted to ask her out and eventually learned that she knew sign language. Spinal Palm asked his brother, who also knew sign language, to teach him how to ask, "Do you want to be boyfriend and girlfriend?" in sign language. He agreed, but it turns out he wanted to sabotage Spinal Palm. He didn't know this at the time, but when he asked her out, he actually told her to fuck off. The girl never talked to Spinal Palm again, and he was confused when he was suspended for using vulgar language at school. Number 8 was submitted by Cracksy4T. There was this really hot guy at school that almost every girl liked. Gogak wasn't a girl, but he sure was into this guy. He'd come out a week prior and he was scared out of his mind. He had no idea if the guy swung that way, but he decided to suck it up and do it. Gogak bent onto one knee in front of the whole cafeteria and shouted,
"Gay? That's me. Are you?"
Somehow they're still together to this day. Number 7 was submitted by SecretBoy56. Dolan had a girl in his class in middle school that he always had the biggest crush on. Now, Dolan took advice from the internet daily. He heard from a voting site that complimenting a girl's bust was the best way to wrap them around his finger, so one day, Dolan caught his crush right before English class, gathered all of his courage and said,
"Nice boobs. It makes you way more beautiful than you are."
Dolan's hopes were dashed with a slap in reply. Number 6 was submitted by TrashQueen09. Spincess had what she was planning to say in her head, and it was perfect. She was going to say,
"I've had a little bit of a crush on you for some time, and I was hoping we could go out."
Instead, Spincess got really nervous and said,
"I like your face. Can I kiss it? I like your face and also you, not just the face. Am I babbling? I just wanted to ask, do you like me?"
He slipped a note in her locker later saying he had liked Spincess even before she asked him out. Number 5 was submitted by Jedi Are Real 26. Goobies' 7th grade English class had to write poems one day. A guy she wanted to ask to the Halloween dance was in her class, so she had the bright idea to write a poem asking him. The problem was, Gooby got really nervous, so she had trouble coming up with anything. Her poem ended up being, "Roses are red, grass is green, will you go to the Halloween dance with me?" The worst part is, the teacher chose a few poems to read out loud in the last few minutes of class. Goobies was one of the few poems. Her face was bright red for the rest of the day. Number 4 was submitted by Metaton-Slegs14. When Ladybot was in the 7th grade, she wanted to ask out a girl that she liked. But Ladybot didn't know if this girl liked other girls. So she went up to her with a taco and a hot dog at lunch and said, "Which do you prefer?" The girl picked the taco and Ladybot meant to reply with, "Since you like that taco so much, why don't you go out with a real one?" Then she was going to wink. Instead she got flustered and said, "So tacos, huh?" and winked with both eyes, one slower than the other. Ladybot didn't get that date. Number 3 was submitted by FieryDragon_X. Hellbent had a crush on a girl that he often played Call of Duty Black Ops 2 with. They were playing Zombies mode, and he decided to ask her out as he was reviving her. Hellbent started asking,
"Would you like to go out with me?"
but then he got attacked and freaked out, so instead, he said,
"Would you fuck me in the asshole? Oh god, you're so ugly! Leave me alone! Oh my god!"
She seemed mad at the time, but 5 minutes later she started laughing about it. She asked Hellbent what he was going to ask her, and when he asked her out, she said, "You chose the worst possible time to ask." But sure. Number 2 was submitted by BossBliss1234_4321. One day at school, Ramona and her crush were sitting at a table with her friends. Ramona's best friend knew about her feelings and whispered that she should find a creative way to tell him. Without thinking, Ramona turned to her crush and stared right at him, trying to tell him with telepathy. He noticed and stared right back. The others thought it was a staring competition, so they started cheering the two of them on. Ramona finally blinked, and he smiled and told her nice work, but then he randomly said yes. Ramona totally forgot why she was staring at him in the first place, but then she noticed her friend holding up a sign that said, "She's asking you out." Number 1 is submitted by me, and it was the dumbest way I tried asking someone out. For a while in 8th grade, I took a boxing class at school. It was a lot of fun, and I got to do it with a bunch of my friends. One of them was a really cute girl. One day, just before we sparred, I was trying to find a way to ask this girl out, and basically I said if I could beat her in the sparring contest, that she should go out with me, and she agreed. So when we got in the ring, I didn't hold back. I went in arms flying. It was a very quick spar, and she was down on the ground, knocked out. The coach jumped in the ring, and instead of lifting my arm in the air, he went over to her. What's the deal with that? Anyway, long story short, she decided not to go out with me and reneged on our bet, which I think is poor form. A huge thanks for the folks over in our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What's the most desperate thing you've done to save money? Let us know in the Reddit page link below, and you might be featured in a future countdown.
This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys.
Well, that's it for this countdown, but catch you guys next time.